Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Kaukauna. The football gods have blessed us with another beautiful day for football here on Zaleski Sports. J-Town, Justin Shashesky, Jacob Link producing. We have a great matchup here in the Fox Valley Association between the visiting Oshkosh West Wildcats and the host Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. We'll dive on into this one with a special treat. We'll start off with a Coach on the Couch interview with our main man, Jason Zaleski, and head coach for the Kaukauna Galloping Goats, Matt Binsfeld, after a big-time Game of the Year potential game, overtime winner over the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Welcome to Coach on the Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski. Coach on the Couch presented today by Bear Performance Marketing. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing, your full-service partner for strategic resources, brand development, social media, marketing, promotions. They streamline the whole thing for maximum results. Bear Performance Marketing. And speaking of some performance, we're going to talk to Kaukauna's head coach, Matt Binsfeld, about Friday's performance. But first, Coach, just remind us how many years you've been coaching football and what keeps you coming back every year?
Well, thanks for having me on the show. I believe I've been coaching 22 years. I've been a head coach. This is my 15th year of being a head coach. So it's been a long time, and what keeps me coming back, obviously it's the kids and the relationship with kids. And at some level, you know, I'm a school counselor, but I'm a teacher, and I love teaching the game to the kids and being involved with the ups and downs of the seasons. And the relationships that you build with those kids it's really special. You know, what's funny is I have college classmates who are in all walks of life, and they all ask me about my job and what I'm doing, coaching kind of thing. And they do all kinds of things and make a lot more money than I do, but they want to know about my job. So I think I'm pretty fortunate to be doing what I'm doing.
Well, and as a spectator, Coach, I won't hesitate to say that over those 20 plus years, you have gotten through those kids most of the time.
Yeah,
so congratulations.
We tried. Thank you.
So far, you got it. Well, what a game on Friday over at Fond du Lac. We'll kind of fast forward to the second half as we recap that game. You had trailed by as many as 9 in the game. They got one past you there in the final 30 seconds to retake the lead, and kind of a wild back and forth fourth quarter. I want to come back to something in a bit, but let's talk about Kavanaugh's performance. Your place kicker, offensively, you're able to get the ball down the field, and each play seemed to be better than the next as far as getting Kavanaugh into a situation where he felt comfortable. Just tell us about offensively and throwing the ball and getting that field position to get off a successful field goal, being down by 9 or being down by 3. Sorry.
Yeah, at the end of the game there, it was so what factored in hugely. And I go back to we talked with my coaching staff that we probably should have tried to let them score at the end of the game to preserve some more time. There's only been a few times in those 22 years where those situations have come up, but we probably should have allowed them to score as easily as possible to save some time. But what made the whole thing go was some penalties at the end after they had scored, which put the kickoff on about the 12-yard line, which allowed us to return it to the 40 or so going in. And with only a few seconds left with one timeout, we were able to position it and get the field goal kicked. And obviously they iced our kicker. We had made it, by a mile right down the middle, and then they iced it. And the second one was much closer. So it was a wild finish. And our kids, we told them it was going to be a close game. We thought, despite the way we had looked throughout the season a little bit to the start of our season, that we were coming around and we would be in the thing at the end. We were down 15-0 to start the game, to be honest with you. And but our kids were believing, and we knew how important the game was. So at the end of the game there, we were ready. The kids were, ready to execute. We knew what we had to do. We do 2-minute drill and practice every week kind of thing. So we were ready for the situation, and very proud of those kids for the way they came through.
And Kavanaugh Weinberg is who I'm talking about. What did he show you in practice and his performances up to that point that he was ready for that moment on Friday night?
Yeah, so Kavanaugh is one of our main guys. He'll be our only 4-year letter winner on the team, and he is not, a dominating physical specimen by any means. He's not very big. He's not the fastest kid on our team, but he is a smart, savvy football player that knows how to find windows and coverages. He understands our offense so well. I think he's one of the top guys in Division II in receptions just from understanding things, and that's what we're running a sophomore quarterback here who has never played a varsity football game before this year. So Kavanaugh has done a lot to help him out, but his understanding of the game is really the difference. And then when he can turn around and kick as well, it's something else. I mean, he is a weapon for us, kicking the ball both on kickoffs and on field goals and things like that. It turned out to be the difference in the game. You know, we had talked to our kids a couple of years ago. Fond du Lac was at our place, and we were in kind of a similar situation where we really needed a win to be in contention for a playoff spot. And we made about a 30-some yard field goal and had to hang on at the end. And this game was very similar. And we talked about that we believe this game was going to be similar to that one.
If Kavanaugh didn't have a date for homecoming prior to Friday, he's probably have no troubles now.
There's one guy you don't have to worry about having a date, and that's Kavanaugh Weinberg.
So. Good. We'll check him off the list. You mentioned that penalty. So after their extra point that put them up by 3, we had a skirmish, we had an ejection. How do you, whether it's that scenario or others that you've had in the past, how do you keep your kids' heads straight after something emotional like that happens?
Yeah, it's really hard because the kids want to react to those kind of things, and there was plenty of trash talk in the game from both sides. We were guilty of it as well. So really just saying, hey, we're on a mission here. We have something bigger than trying to get back at a specific kid and all of that kind of stuff. Like, we knew the mission and what this game meant to us and our chances when you drop 2 non-conference games in our new playoff system. Your back is against the wall here to do this. So we were very clear with the kids what this game meant and what it was going to take. And so, I'm not saying we were perfect at it, but our kids kept their composure and kept the focus, which allowed us to win at the end of the game. So,
talk about somewhat of the finish. I mean, we're past the halfway pole now, and you mentioned playoffs. We're headed towards a finish. You've got 4 games left. Every game is a challenge. I'll give you that, and I'll save you some of the coach speak. But week 6 and week 9 look like winnable type games. In between there, of course, is Kimberly and Appleton North. How do you view these final 4 games of the season?
Well, getting right back to coach speak, it's one at a time kind of thing. So we know we have to win some games in these last 4 to be in the playoffs. And we've said it's playoff football every single week. And I think when you look at what Oshkosh West did against Neenah, being ahead most of that game, there's no freebies, and Appleton East is a better team, and Appleton North and Kimberly speak for themselves. So we have our work cut out for us. I'm not great about thinking about all of them at once. That sounds a little overwhelming. So we were just pretty well focused on Oshkosh West this week and trying to put our best foot forward there, because I would say they're the best 0-5 team in the state. And they've got some guys. So we're really trying to keep it week to week, but our kids know the situation. Like, in the back of their head, we want a 10th game and a chance at a 10th game. So we know we have to get the games we can get for sure.
Talking to Kaukauna football coach Matt Binsfeld, presented today by Bear Performance Marketing. So let's talk about Oshkosh West a little more in depth, and we'll finish with that. You get the game at home, so let's start with that. What is your advantage in your home stadium?
It's a big one. We feel like at the Bank of Kaukauna Stadium we have a major advantage. Everything's more comfortable. Everything's like, we know the routine inside and out. Whenever you go to someone else's place, it's always a little different. Like, our warm-up got off at Fond du Lac just because of the timing. Just there's a lot of little things that just keep the energy right and the focus right in your team. And being at home, every kid knows how every minute is going to go leading up to that game and all of that. Plus, our home crowd is usually pretty good, and we have some great support from our community and our students. So we love having that there. And like I said, it's the most comfortable place for our kids to play. We think it's a big advantage.
Part of your job is to harness, in this case, last week's energy and the excitement of an overtime win at Fond du Lac and then turn it into Friday's home game against Oshkosh West. What is your expectation of your team in the first quarter? Because that's really where you get to set the tone on the game.
Yeah. Well, we have to, early in the season, you always talk about making as few mistakes as possible, but I think that's applicable to the beginning of any game. Like for us, the snap has been a problem from time, just the QB center exchange. We had 6 bad snaps against Neenah, which allowed us to do nothing in the game. So I think it's really the fundamentals first. We need to get an idea of what their game plan is right out of the gate and execute and take the easy things that we can take right away. I think that's really it. I think if we get going, we'll be fine. But Oshkosh West is a tough team to get things going. I think they're going to be hard to get the ball back from, and they play really physical defense as well. So I think just showing that we can move the ball and get a punt out of them early would be great.
Lastly, Coach, we'll end with this. I'll give you the floor to talk to your home fans. We talk about that home game, and so important for the community to come out, whether it's thanking the fans that are already going to the game or talking to the other ones that are deciding what to do on this Friday night.
Yeah, they should definitely be there. It's going to be an entertaining game. There's some great athletes on both sides, and you know what our kids are doing is special, and they're all going to want to see that for themselves. From a group of kids that weren't predicted to do very much, and a young team, we are coming into our own at the right time of the year kind of thing. And if anybody watched the game last week, we were pretty fun to watch. And we hope to be again this week.
I was in a lightning delay. I did nothing but watch. It was great fun. Coach Matt Binsfeld, Kaukauna, Galloping Ghosts, and Oshkosh West on Friday night. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
And that was our Coach on the Couch interview with head coach for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, Matt Binsfeld, and our boss man, Jason Zaleski. Once again, moments away here, pregame getting towards the tail end of things here in Kaukauna for the Galloping Ghost hosting Fox Valley Association Conference foe, the Oshkosh West Wildcats. We'll dive on into this and dive on into all the information we have between the Oshkosh West and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Oshkosh West comes into this one with an 0 for. They're 0 for 5, 0 for 3 in the conference. They have, though, I went down on the field, I was talking with Coach Ray. They have Joseph Ray, head coach. Tough schedule. They started out as the Oshkosh West team runs across the back sidelines. They played a very tough schedule. I believe every team they faced this year has been ranked in their respective divisions within the top 5. Started out with Preble, who a lot of people had extremely high hopes for. Lost 10-3. Coach Ray said they should have won that one. Undisciplined mistakes late cost them that one. Oshkosh North, I got to watch them play Menasha a couple weeks ago. Oshkosh North might be one of the best offensive teams in the state. Kimberly is Kimberly. They beat up on them. Appleton North has been having a great season, and Neenah as well. Neenah trailed all the way up until the fourth quarter as the Kaukauna marching Galloping Ghosts take the field here as we're getting ready for anthem and school songs. Like we said last week, the Oshkosh West Wildcats played Neenah extremely well. A 14-point difference. That all happened in the fourth quarter. 14 unanswered points, or at least 14 points in the fourth quarter unanswered, and that is how Oshkosh West fell to the Neenah Rockets. Last week, they led that one all the way through, and just turnovers was the unfortunate end for the Oshkosh West Wildcats bid for an upset. Offensively has been the struggle. They need to get the offense going, only averaging about 8 points per game just under 200 yards, 176 yards per game, and it's all been through the air. They have struggled on the ground this year. Only one game over 100 yards rushing, and that was last week against that tough Neenah rush defense that only actually held Kaukauna to -7 rushing yards when Kaukauna played them. So they were able to put up a good number. That only one game, though, over 100 yards rushing. 12 interceptions. They have to protect the ball. That has been the big thing for Coach Ray, has protecting the ball and staying away from undisciplined penalties. Defensively, a little bit better. 27 points per game, just under 300 yards per game, and that has been their downfall, has been able to try and stop the rushing attack. There's only been one game where they haven't allowed over 100 rushing yards per game, and that was week 1 against Preble. They gave up 90 yards. They're averaging 171 on the ground, given up on defense, 27 points per game, 293 yards given up. They do have 2 interceptions. That defense has been able to find the ball and get some key takeaways. Dual quarterback system here for the Oshkosh West Wildcats, as they're going to play the Oshkosh West school song, which is on Wisconsin. Drew Abbott's is going to, I was told, is potentially going to get the start tonight. He is the sophomore quarterback, 23 of 56, 337 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 121 yards on the ground. Xander Crook is the other option. He is the senior, 25 of 62, 207, and he has 5 interceptions. Leading rusher is Wyatt Martin, 66 carries for 170 yards. Owen Heim, leading receiver with 15 receptions, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns. Micah Finley, second leading receiver with 13 receptions, 137. And Henry Weiss, third leading receiver, 7 receptions, 94 yards. Only receiver with touchdowns is Owen Heim with 2. Now on to the other side, what Jacob called one of the greatest games I've ever had the privilege to watch. And anybody who watched the game, I'm so sorry. Not very good at the camera. A lot of people pointed that out. We're working on it. It is a process. But game of the year potential, as Kaukauna Marching Ghosts play the school song for Kaukauna as they get in the K formation. 36-29, overtime victory over Fond du Lac. So much happened in that game. You've seen an ejection, last-second field goal to send it to overtime. An overtime 4th down stand to win the game. An amazing game. A kickoff from the 12-yard line. When do you see that? You don't. Kaukauna has been able to bounce back on the offensive side of things. 21 points per game, 317 yards, and they're really balanced, leaning a little bit more towards the pass in later weeks. 197 through the air, 119 on the ground. But the rushing attack has been the score with 9 touchdowns, as we're going to step aside and listen to the playing of the national anthem by the Kaukauna Marching Ghosts.
Colors. Please remain standing as the Marching Ghosts play our national anthem under the direction of Kaukauna High School Band Director, Mr. Jacob Martin.
And back here at Kaukauna, great rendition of my favorite song in the entire world, the national anthem performed by the Kaukauna Marching Ghosts. The colors presented today by VFW here in Kaukauna. Both Marching Ghosts go one way, the color guard for the VFW goes the other way, clearing the field for this one here tonight. We'll keep going on into the stats here for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Like we said, their offense has been building, their defense has been building as well. Allowing 29 points up against Fond du Lac isn't necessarily a big-time win, but you'll take it. Their defense has been getting better compared to how the season started, and they're really restricting the rushing yards, which is going to be key these next couple of weeks. After this week, you cannot overlook Oshkosh West. You heard that in the Coach on the Couch interview with Coach Binns and Jason Zaleski. You cannot overlook Oshkosh West this week. Coach Jason was trying to get to the point of you have Oshkosh West this week, and you got Appleton North the last week, Appleton East at the end of the week. The two of the more softer opponents you'll see, but that is not a guarantee. You cannot overlook these teams to get to Kimberly and Appleton North. But looking at that, the rush defense has been getting better, and when you got a team like Kimberly and you got a team like Appleton North that like to run the ball and run the ball hard, that's important on figuring that out, and they have been as the season goes along. Allowing 28 points per game, 318 yards given up on ground. Number has been skewed from early on in the season, getting better. 129 through the air with 2 interceptions and 189 on the ground, getting better. That has been Coach Binsfield's motto since I've met him, continuously getting better, and that is such a key thing in any high school sport, and you see this Kaukauna Galloping Ghost team getting better. Penalties and turnovers, key for any high school sport. We'll get to that in a little bit here. Go through the offensive stars here for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Ryan Carroll leading the charge at quarterback, 83 of 146, 989 yards. He could go over 1,000 for the season here tonight. 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's also been finding it on the ground. He has been very impressive. 100 rushing yards in back-to-back games for the young sophomore quarterback. And, the ref dropped that one. One of the best traditions here in high school sports is the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts handing the ball off. Even the horse looked at the ref like, come on, man, that was a perfectly delivered ball. But Ryan Carroll's been doing it both on the ground and through the air. Aiden Reardon, the leading rusher, 65 carries, 212, 4 touchdowns. He has 96 receiving yards. Muhammad Joe been that very good change of pace back. He has 120 on the ground for 3 touchdowns. He's been getting some big-time carries late in games and putting the nail in the coffin. Kavanaugh Weinberg, leading receiver. I did not do my research properly, but he is up there. He was leading the conference in receptions. If I remember correctly, he's in the top 10, if not extremely high up on the state with 36 receptions, 363 yards. Does not have a touchdown yet. Could tonight be the night Cavi Weinberg finds the end zone. Pearson Bauer, second leading receiver, 16 receptions, 238, 2 touchdowns, and Tyler Schwalbach, 7 receptions for 125 and a touchdown. We hope we enjoyed the Coach on the Couch interview. It's definitely rushed my pregame as both teams on the field. Kaukauna won the toss. They chose to defer their choice to the second half. So Oshkosh West will receive from the end zone to our left, the north end zone. Kaukauna will be defending the end zone to our south, to our right, which is the south end zone. A beautiful day. Like I said, the football gods have given us a beautiful football weather day before summer comes back for the weekend and potentially all next week. Going to be 80s tomorrow. Tonight it's going to be 64, going to dip into the 50s. Slight 3 to 5 mile an hour wind from the east-northeast. My weather app describes tonight as a pleasant night for football, and it is, and we thank you for joining us here on Zaleski Sports. Cavi Weinberg's kick gets fielded at the 4-yard line by number 12. That's Cade Hyman. Up the field to the 30, bottled up and brought down. Interesting to see they have big tight end Joey Ware back to return. He's the furthest guy back. He is all of 6'4", 230, a senior D end and tight end. He's one of the guys you want off the bus first because he is all of that. I've seen him in pregame warmups, but he was designated to block on that one. Key on that one as the game goes along. Oshkosh West on the field to start. Martin, the tailback, behind number 0, Drew Abbott, sophomore signal caller for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Clap, cadence, handoff, Martin hit in the backfield, dragged down. A big first play there by the defense, number 46. Alex Hiptis on the tackle. Alec Hiptis. Loss of 2, and that's exactly how you want to start if you're this Kaukauna defense. Drew Abbott's, the sophomore, has been getting a lot of the playing time lately. We'll see how they plan, if they plan, to get Xander Crook in later. High snap, brought down, throw to the far side, drilled is Abbott's. Big time hit there, pass falls incomplete. Big time hit by Jack Hack. And that was a big time shot off the right side from that Kaukauna linebacker. 3rd and 12. Good start for Kaukauna. Putting Oshkosh West behind the sticks, forcing them to throw. And now you have a 3rd and 12. Time to pin your ears back and go after the quarterback. 3 down linemen. No press coverage. Abbott's rolling left, looking, throwing, far side low and incomplete. And a 3 and out up and coming for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Quick start. That's how you want to answer or start a game. We're talking Brady Schwalbach will be going back to return kicks. It's kind of been actually an interesting aspect for Kaukauna. Their special teams has been great. Their kick return has been an issue. As Oshkosh West going to quickly come up to the ball. Nobody back deep to punt. I'm assuming they're going to shift into a punt, and they do. Try to see if they can get free 5 yards. They cannot. And it looks like Abbott's back to punt. Schwalbach standing at his 37-yard line. No pressure, a line drive kick back. Schwalbach up, he'll grab it at the 35. Come upfield, cross the 40, hit, and then brought down by a pack of Wildcats. At the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 Kaukauna, their first possession. Our goal today is to figure out what a pack of Wildcats is called. I call a host of ghosts when there's a group tackle, when the ghosts make a group tackle. What is a group tackle by Wildcats? 1st and 10, Galloping Ghosts. Ryan Carroll, sophomore quarterback, with Aiden Reardon on his right hip. Pearson Bauer, lone receiver left. 3 receivers split to the right, with Cavi Weinberg being the near side receiver in that trips formation. 3 down linemen for Oshkosh West. Very similar defensive look. Quick throw to Pearson Bauer. Catches it and knocked out of bounds. The 49-yard line. Five on the reception to big number 7. He had a big game last week against Fondy. He was over 100. I think it was 7 for 138, something like that. Very big game for the senior. Pearson Bauer. 6'3" receiver. 5 receiver set now for Carroll. Looking to get into Wildcat territory. Splitting the difference to Cavi Weinberg. He makes a man miss to the 20. Down inside the 10 and driven out of bounds at the 6. Big time, Cavi Weinberg. 45 through the air. Cavi Weinberg has had himself a crazy last few games. He's got the Galloping Ghost quick on the doorstep. Handoff Aiden Reardon into the end zone. Touchdown, Kaukauna. And there is the picturesque, perfect start for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. 6-yard touchdown, Aiden Reardon. And he is hyped up on the sidelines. A quick 3 and out and a 3-play drive for the Ghosts. Kaukauna says, we see your 3 and out on defense, and we're going to do something 3 and out like on the offense, but with a positive result. Snap, Cavi Weinberg's kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 your score. The Ghosts on top of the Wildcats here early. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
friends. Are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Cobuson Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have time for the activities I enjoy. Cobuson Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Cobuson.com for more information and to find a Cobuson terminal near you.
Back here at Kaukauna, the score 7-0. A quick 3-and-out with a positive ending for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. A 6-yard touchdown run by Aiden Reardon, set up by two great passes from Ryan Carroll, one to Pearson Bauer, one to Kavanaugh Weinberg. And that is all the Galloping Ghosts need to go to pay dirt. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Now is the right time to get warm for winter with Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook to learn more. Maybe lean towards the cooling side for this weekend. Cavi Weinberg's kick, a line drive over the head and about 2 yards into the end zone, where the Oshkosh West Wildcats will get starting field position at their 20. We'll see what the Wildcats do here now with their offense as they will have their second possession here at the 20. First and 10, high snap, Abbots pulls it down, and he'll pull it out, and bad decision there. The defense is there to stuff him, and a loss of one, maybe even two. Tackle made by number 11, Wyatt Romanesco. Loss of two on the carry. Second and 12. Very loose huddle, wristband checking, it looked like, by the offensive line. Maybe not. Single quarterback now going to send the tight end in motion across. Backwards pass to him. It'll be a rush to number 1. There's the big tight end cutting upfield, and that's a good carry to get back into positive yardage. Big time carry there. Gain of close to 8. Not expecting to have him on the stat sheet. Mr. Joey Ware on the carry. Gain of 8. Sets up a very manageable third down here for the Oshkosh West Wildcats, not Panthers, excuse me. Third and a long 3 here, 3rd and 4. Motion man across, high snap brought down, give to Martin up the middle, into the pile. The rush defense for the Galloping Ghosts gives up nothing. In on the tackle is number 55, Hunter Myers. No gain on the play, 4th and 4. And back into punt formation goes the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Nobody back deep to return for the Galloping Ghosts. No pressure, light pressure, and another great kick by Abbots. Hits at the 30, rolls inside the 20, curls back to the near hash. And if the official didn't have to switch the ball out, he wouldn't have had to touch it. That was down at the 18-yard line of Kaukauna, and it's going to be a little bit longer drive now for the Galloping Ghosts. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine shop that supplies critically machined components for a range of customers from Fortune 100 companies right here to local paper mills. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. First and 10, Galloping Ghost. Ball at their 18-yard line, 8:22 left here in the first quarter. 7-0 to score. Gustman and Weinberg slots in near side. Fake the handoff, high throw. They're going to say it's a backwards pass, and Cavi Weinberg will recover it and go out of bounds. Hard to see from this angle. That will go down as a backwards pass, though, and a loss of yards. Loss of 5. I think that goes to Carroll's stat line. He will get it because I'm not sure. 2nd and 15. Ball now inside the 15-yard line. This is a chance if you're the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Put some pressure on deep in Kaukauna territory. Snap, fake the handoff, Carroll rolling. Time, stretching the field. He'll get his 5 yards back, and then some blasted out of bounds. I think that was a clean hit, though. He will get about 10 on the carry. Gets those 5 yards back, so cannot be mad at me for giving him -5 on that one because he's up now +5. 3rd down now for the Ghosts. Three receivers to the left. Schwalbach, Gustman, and Weinberg. Lone receiver to the right is Pearson Bauer. Straight drop. Bauer's way. Throw. A lot of contact and incomplete. Good coverage. Not sticking his hand into the cookie jar until that ball was close. Was the far side corner. Did not see the number. A little bit tough to see these numbers. Small numbers on a white jersey are not easy to read. And a 3 and out for the Galloping Ghosts. I see a theme here, 3 and outs. As whistles blowing. Blood on a player for Kaukauna. Bennett Geithner comes off, and it'll come number 85 in his replacement, Hayden Anderson. Far side blocker for the punter Carroll, back deep to return. Standing around the 41-yard line is the returner for the Wildcats. Pressure up the middle and just barely gets the kick away. That's a good punt by Carroll. Pushing the returner back, muffs it, and will fall on it at the 35. 36-yard line. That's a good job recovering that, but a high booming kick to number 12, Cade Heineman. And that's a picturesque punt. Just no pressure from the Gunners as Kaukauna brought in their Gunners as extra protection for Carroll on that punt. Best starting field position for the Wildcats here. See if they can get a drive started. 2 running backs, Martin and number 11, Owen Heim, in the backfield to the right side of the quarterback, Abbott's. Quarterback power off the right side. Hit hard and dropped after a short gain. Tackle made by number 5, Luke Tetzloff. Gain of 4. Brings up a 2nd and 6. No real tomfoolery on that play. That was by design. Follow your lead blockers off the right side. 2nd and 6. Kaukana's got to find that spark. They started out extremely hot, now slowing down. Pressure again. Abbott's gets crushed. And the pass falls incomplete, and Abbott's felt that one. Hit in the backfield by number 9, Jack Hack. Slowly getting up as the sophomore. A welcome to varsity moment really there. It's the 2nd time Jack's come off that far side. 3rd and 6. Oshkosh West runs a no-huddle offense where they get plays called in from their assistant coaches by arm signals. This is a very college-style offense. Inverted slot tight to the formation. Play clock running down, snap gets off. Abbott's rolling left. Time sets his feet. Deep ball to the 30. Caught and brought down. Big-time catch, Owen Heim. To the 30 it goes. And Kaukauna on their heels as the Oshkosh West Wildcats have gotten the first down for either team in this game. Well, no, that's not true. Their first down of the game. Kaukauna did pick up a first down, but they did go 3 and out that first drive. I guess that's not the right way to describe it now that I think about it. power off the left side now. Abbott's dives forward, and that's a good carry for the quarterback. Now we're starting to see some physicality by these blockers downfield, pushing players out of bounds. That's a part of the game. Get out physical by the other team. That's a way to wake you up a little bit. Gain of 5 brings up a 2nd and 5. Slow-paced, no-huddle offense for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Slot to the left, tight end, and an H-back to the right side in the pistol. Snap, Martin up the middle, bounces off a lineman. Now he's trying to make a play, cuts upfield, and will somehow get 3 out of that one. Set up a 3rd and short. Hit in the backfield by one of his own guards. That's not how you want to start a drive. Bounced off it, kept his eyes downfield, and was able to cut upfield and set up a 3rd and short. Third down, a big 3rd down here. We were watching the kicker for Oshkosh West warm up, and Jacob Link, our producer today, is a former college kicker. Loves to watch the special teams. The kicker is impressive. Going to send that tight end in motion off the right side again, and he's got the seam. 10-5, touchdown Wildcats. And there's your answer. The Wildcats have found some offense. It's going to be a 23-yard touchdown run to number 1, Joey Ware, on the backwards pass. And the Wildcats have found the end zone. No need to even think about 4-down territory. You run that wishbone-style pistol. It's just the quarterback back there. They have a wing out the left side. That's where he comes in motion behind like you would see in the wing T-style offense. And now we're going to hit a neutral zone infraction on Kaukauna. The wheels falling off the bus. That's on number 4, Will Clark. And we'll see now what Oshkosh West does. Will they try to go for it now with the half the distance of the goal penalty, or keep Reed on there for him would be an easy kick, would be my guess. He hit from 52, wasn't that what we saw during practice, pregame practice? 52. First time he kicked it was short. The other one, I guess he didn't hit. He hit high off the goalpost. Clark looks to bring the pressure off the outside. This time times it out perfectly. Misses it, but there's a flag. Clark's going to get flagged for roughing the kicker. We'll see. Will they enforce it on the kickoff? And I believe it will, but the score now 7-7. We have a ball game here in the first quarter. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score with 5:22 left in the first quarter, 7-7. We were talking pregame, Jacob and I, about the term trap game. Normally when you think trap game, you think of team on the top of the conference facing a team on the bottom of the conference. Team on top of the conference think this should be easy and ends up faltering, giving it up to the lower team. Both teams here fighting for potential playoff spot. It's a very steep road ahead of Oshkosh West. Kaukauna needs this win for that playoff situation. It can be used, that term, trap game. And right now, Oshkosh West has found a way to stifle the momentum for Kaukauna, and they have it tied up 7 apiece. Reed will be kicking from the 45-yard line after running into the kicker penalty on Will Clark. And this one will go fielded at the 1-yard line by Will Clark. He's going to see if he can make up amends, and he's got a seam. He's just got Reed to beat. He's around him to the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kaukauna! No flags. 98 yards, Will Clark. So much happened there. That is awesome if you're Will Clark. The previous point after try, he got flagged twice. First for a neutral zone infraction, second for running into the kicker infraction. Both teams have tried this where they have a guy split wide out. You've seen this, the New England Patriots, I think, brought this up in recent years. Cavi Weinberg to try the point after. His kick is up and good. And I'll describe it when we come back. Kaukauna answers back in quick fashion. 14-7, they lead now over Oshkosh West. A lot of football to happen here on Zaleski Sports.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Friday nights with hometown pride, Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold is never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice, coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hometown hype, we lift it higher, Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
Back here in Kaukauna, folks who have listened to me before know that my broadcast style is of the great late Bob Uecker. I adore that man. Loved listening to him. I love to tell stories. I'm in the middle of telling my stories about how Will Clark is in trouble on special teams, and he answers with a 98-yard kick return for a touchdown. And the kickoff here for the Galloping Ghost is fielded and brought up by Hyman, and he is tackled by number 27, Aiden Moss. Get into stories that you cannot finish is very frustrating for me, for one. That's what it's been. Talking about the potential for a trap game, and Kaukauna says, no, we don't like hearing that. We're going to score right here, right now. And by the time I can even think, Will Clark streaked that one downfield. And that's how you answer, after potentially getting yourself in the doghouse on the defensive side of things on special teams. He returns that one for a big-time kickoff, and that's big. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Can they answer back? Handoff fake, Martin, and it's going to be Abbott's on the pull. He's got a block by his receiver, and he's going to get a big gain of 11 off the left side, and that's a big-time gain. The zone read. Gain of 12 on the carry. That zone read, we talked with Nina's coach, or Nina's quarterback about it. It is, if you have to make the decision based on what you see within a second, and that was a good decision by Mr. Abbott's to pull it and run it off the left side. 1st and 10. High snap, this time up the middle with Martin. Martin into the teeth of the defense, keeps the feet chopping, gets positive yards, then brought down by a host of ghosts. Gain of 3 on the carry for Martin. Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers first-class workplace to ensure the best quality with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook. Motion man across, snap, handoff to Martin. Martin off the right side gets to the 45 and is bowled over by Romanesco and number 2, Jarek Byer. Gain of 6 for Martin. Wyatt Martin, the sophomore, 5'10", 195 running back. Very young Oshkosh West team, and I talked with Coach Ray on the field pregame. He's a coach that he's the kind of coach that make you want to run through a wall. Very good motivator. Pressure up the middle, high throw tipped, and incomplete. Blitzing pressure up the middle for Kaukauna. Got to Abbott's. And it'll bring up a 4th and short here. And this is where that potential with that before they shift, and they're going to bring in a little bit more of a speed package as their offensive line comes out for a little more speed on that offensive line in the punting situation. But that's where you can get in these preset. If you shift and you get the other team to jump, that's a free first down. They shift here. No jump for Kaukauna. Nobody back deep to return. Can Abbott's hit another beauty? Slow snap. Pressure in his face. It's blocked. It's blocked and covered up by Kaukauna. In there is number 5, Luke Tetzloff. He's no stranger to a block here and there. He had one in week 1, and he has another here tonight. What a first quarter here. Still a lot of time with 3:11 left in the first quarter, but you're seeing a lot happening in this one. 1st and 10, Galloping Ghosts in prime territory. Ball inside Wildcat territory at the 46. Carroll in the gun. Slot right, lone receiver to left. That's Bauer. Handoff, Muhammad Job off the left side. Cuts upfield and across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Gain of 3 for Muhammad. His first carry. Change of pace back for Kaukauna. The junior 5'10", 181. Speedy running back for the Galloping Ghosts. Bauer to the left, Schwalbach to the right, double tight. Handoff, Muhammad Job breaks it across the 30 and tackled at the 25, down to the 24-yard line. 13 on the carry for Job. And Kaukauna quick to the line. They will get 12. Free play, Muhammad Job. He'll get the first down the old-fashioned way. No need for a penalty. Gain of 14 on the carry. We'll have to stop for the penalty. Oh, they say no penalty. And Kaukauna not slowing down. One more time, Muhammad Job. Up the middle, through traffic, to the 1-yard line. Said the ball popped out. It is a gain of 10. Another first down for the Ghosts. 1st and goal from the 1. Quick to it. This is a different side from the Ghosts. Carroll, one more time. Job, tripped up, but in. Touchdown, Muhammad Job. He was tripped up, but full extension got the ball over the goal line, and a 1-yard touchdown score adds on to the Kaukauna lead. The second rushing touchdown of the night for the Galloping Ghost offense. Coach Matt Binsfield, the former offensive lineman, loves that. The rushing attack has been the scoring attack for the Ghosts. And they add 2 more here tonight in just the first quarter. Fast-paced first quarter, 20-7, 2:02 left. Cavi Weinberg for the point after. Good hold, kick up. It is 21-7. The Ghosts ahead of the Wildcats. Momentum, late flag flies in here. We're going to stay here. This is going to be on the Ghosts after the play on sportsmanlike conduct. The official must have heard something on the Ghosts. We'll step aside. The Ghosts will be kicking from deep here on Zaleski Sports.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 21-7, the lead for the Galloping Ghosts in this one after a 1-yard touchdown score from Muhammad Job. Second rushing touchdown of the night for the Galloping Ghosts. Penalty was on number 34, Brady Schrader, the senior linebacker. The official Coach Binsfield went out to the official. The official he pushed him kind of look, or a little gesture. That is a 15-yard penalty. That ball will be kicked at the 25-yard line now. Seen 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties last week in Fond du Lac, which had the team kick from the 12-yard line last week. This one's a little more common. You don't normally get two unsportsmanlike stacked on top of each other. This time just one, and Cavi Weinberg will be kicking off from his 25. Where to return, he is the furthest deep guy standing at the 15-yard line. One kicks to not number one. It's going to be fielded on the far side by an up man, and now it's number 7. The Wildcats will be in their best field position, returned there by number 7, Melvin Buys. That's going to be Oshkosh West best field position, ball inside Kaukauna territory at the 48. Both teams, very similar starts to this game for both teams in terms of starting field position. Kaukauna had starting field position after the block punt in Oshkosh West territory. Now Oshkosh West with field position in Kaukauna side of the field to start this one after a great return and after the penalty. Inside the 2-minute mark, 21-7 the score, 1:54. And we are ready here. Ware flexed off the left side as an H-back. He's going to go in motion across. He's done it before. They're going to fake to him. Quarterback keep with Abbott's up the center. Complimentary play calling. Gain of 4 for Abbott's. Do it twice to Ware. They burn him. He burned them twice on that play. This time, nobody bit that they were going to go with it a third time. 2nd and 6. Good field position at the 45. Now they go back to it. Backwards pass to Ware. Ware comes around the corner. Big head of steam, dives across the 40, and with his length, he might be close to the first down yardage. They're going to say a yard short. It's going to be setting up 3rd and inches here. 6'4", 230 gets airborne, and he can fall forward for an extra 3 yards. But it's not going to be enough here. 3rd and inches. Inside the minute mark. 3 receivers right. Ware to the left. Hard count. Nothing doing. Snap. Abbott's hitting the backfield. Dives forward. And he'll have the first down yardage. Gain of 2 for Abbott's. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get their head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These college-level classes that high school students take for free, saving on average of more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical to learn more about our friends at Fox Valley Tech. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Handoff fake. It's going to be Abbott's. This time the zone read not going to pan out as best. Will Clark cuts him down, and he's going to get maybe a gain of 1 on the carry off the right side for Abbott's. Will Clark having himself a good first quarter. As the first quarter comes to an end, the score 21-7. Galloping Ghosts with the lead, but the Wildcats on the prowl. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 21-7. The Ghosts with the lead. The Wildcats, though, on the drive for another touchdown. 3-and-out from Oshkosh to start. 3-play scoring drive for Kaukauna to follow. 3-and-out by Kaukauna, and then a scoring drive from Oshkosh West. Then a big kick return for Kaukauna and another scoring drive. Quarterback keep out the right side. out of bounds for a short gain for Abbott's. A quick first quarter, it seemed like. Going to give him a gain of 2, his 8th carry. Leading rusher for the Wildcats has only had 1 negative yardage play. I shouldn't say leading rusher. I have to do some math, but Joey Ware has had a very good rushing game with backwards passes to him. Slot to the left, lone receiver right. Tight end flex off the left side, running back Martin on the left hip of Abbott's. Bobbles a snap, quick throw up the middle and incomplete. That's what they've been trying to do, get the ball out of Abbott's hand quickly. And a mass change here. Was that not? Oh, it is 4th down. The man on the sidelines heads the wrong downage up. They're actually going to kick. Our boy Jacob Link is excited, the kicker. We watched Mr. number 17, Elliott Reed, hit from here during warm-ups. He had the distance. He hit the goalpost on his attempt, but he has the distance. This is actually a yard shorter from where he's been before. This is a 51-yard kick. Reed back. Low snap, gets it down. Kick up. It's got the distance. Does it have the left and right? It does not. Missing to the left, it looks like. Pulled it a little much, and that is no good. Special teams playing a key aspect in this game here early. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experience for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel-only, air and hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travels, and family vacations. Anywhere you want to go, Travel Leaders Discovery has it covered. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit tltrips.com for more information. And Coach Binsfield, I think, has a valid argument about where this ball should be placed. Oh, no. It should be on, yes, should be on the far hash. I like how the official looks at Coach Binsfield like, oh, you want it over there. Well, the ball should be marked on the hash that it was at. I don't know why the ball is marked at the 20. Should it not be from where it's snapped at least? A high school rule? Who knows? Carroll, quick pass to the far side, finds Pearson Bauer. He'll cut upfield and out of bounds. They're going to say at the first down yardage, a yard short of the first down yardage, gain of 9 through the air. Bauer's second reception. 3 of 4 for Ryan Carroll to start this one. 3 receivers right, lone receiver Bauer to the left. Fast-paced offense still being shown by the Galloping Ghosts. Handoff, Aiden Reardon. Reardon will get the first down and get chopped down at the 35-yard line. Gain of 6. 2 carries for Aiden Reardon. 2 carries of 6 for Aiden Reardon. Once again, back to Reardon on the ground. He's got a huge seam. It's going to be coming back. Holding on Kaukauna. And did not see the number for the Galloping Ghost, but there was a huge hole. You could drive a truck through that. 10 yards from the previous spot will bring up a first and 20, but the yards there, it was a huge opening for Aiden Reardon. He hit the hole, but as soon as Reardon ran past the line of scrimmage, Oshkosh West, I believe it was Ware, an edge defender for Oshkosh West, throws his hands up like, I'm being held, I cannot make a play, and the flag came out immediately. Who says you can't do a little acting and football at the same time? 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 5 receivers set for Ryan Carroll in the Kaukauna offense. Straight drop, only bringing 3. Deep ball, nobody home. Pearson Bauer, the intended target, and it is incomplete, bringing up a second down. Not sure if there's just a miscommunication or what it was on the far side. The Oshkosh West student section would say it's fundamentals by the Kaukauna Galloping Ghost that play went awry. Incomplete pass. Kaukauna taking some time here. Ball in the far hash. Carroll runs to the sideline to get the play. Runs all the way back to the huddle. Play clock running down. Got to go. 2 receivers left. 3 to the right. Carroll in the gun. He has time. Play clock ticking. Snap to him. Going to be a quarterback draw up the middle. Ryan Carroll's got some speed. Back and lowers the shoulder and goes forward to the 40-yard line. 15 on the carry for Carroll. I think that is something. Now, when you get a young quarterback, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. When you get a young quarterback, 2 things can happen. They do not trust themselves to run, or they can't help themselves but run. That can't help themselves to run is the happy feet quarterback. You see that? They get nervous. They're moving constantly when they don't need to. Carroll wasn't that way to start the season. I think he was very calm, cool, collected, took his time. And now he's starting to see him figuring out, I can run. And he is fast. Handoff Reardon. Pushing the pile forward, and he'll have the first down. He goes right at the teeth of that defense. Gain of 6 for Reardon. Tell me if you heard that before. 3 carries, 18 yards. And you can do the math. He's averaging 6 per carry. Went right at the down tackle, big number 59, who's not listed on the roster. First and 10, Galpin goes at their 46 in the second quarter, leading 21-7. Double tight end, flexes, snap, handoff. Reardon into the second level, gets upended across the 50. I don't think he got 6 that time, as we have an injured Oshkosh West Wildcat will step aside.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you 2 get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Back here in Kaukauna, injured Wildcat is number 1, Joey Ware, the senior defensive end. Gets up under his own power. Definitely was hurting after that play. Sad to see that happen. He's had a great first half, and we'll hopefully get to see him back into this one. Big senior player for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Reardon's first carry, not of 6 yards, was that last one. It was 5. He gets the ball one more time. And he might find a new average. Nope, he's going to be just short of 5 yards. Give him 4. His 5th carry of the game. Tying Muhammad Job for the most on the team. Quick, fast-paced offense. Kaukauna, run it again. Aiden Reardon puts his head down, and he'll get the first down yardage, gain of 3. The old mantra of run it again, minus the fact that you're seeing the quarterback come to the sideline and get the play instead of being told, run it again. Aiden Reardon gets a good break here. Comes to the sideline. Muhammad Job will check back in. Carroll gets the play call, runs back in. First and 10, inside Wildcat territory, ball at the 42. Inverted tight ends, 1 to each side, 1 receiver, 1 to each side. No Cavi Weinberg out there. Fake the handoff. Carroll throwing it. Jump ball. Bauer, and it's draped. He is completely draped in coverage. No call. Could maybe lean towards that being uncatchable, but tight coverage there by number 31. Billy Berg, the sophomore. And that one, Oshkosh West student section, I cannot agree with. You cannot call butterfingers when the receiver does not touch the ball. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here for Kaukauna. 3 receivers left. Lone receiver to the right is Pearson Bauer. Job gets the handoff. No, it's a fake. Carroll rolls left, stops, gets a block, now resets. Sets the corner. Tries to get upfield. He will, and gets plowed out of bounds by 3 Wildcats. But he will get positive yards, close to 4, maybe 5 on the carry for Carroll. Gain of 4 brings up a 3rd and 6. That's very good patience by your sophomore quarterback. Started to roll, but realized the edge defender had leverage, stops, gets a block, then continues his scramble left. And he was able to patiently run his way for 4 yards, brings up a 3rd and 6. Cavi Weinberg in the 3 receiver set to the right. Quarterback design rollout, throwing that way over Cavi Weinberg's head. He's got his man, Schwalbach, and Schwalbach goes out of bounds. First and 10 inside the 30, inside to the 24-yard line. 17 yards on the completion to Schwalbach. 7th pass attempt for Carroll. Schwalbach will set up out to the left. Pearson Bauer to the right. Snap, Aiden Reardon back in there. He gets a great block by one of his tight ends, and he'll fall forward. Big-time block. As a former offensive lineman, you love to see it. Bennett Geithner with a big-time block at tight end. Gain of 5 for Reardon. This is the definition of ground and pound offense. Snap, ground and pound. Aiden Reardon finds a seam, lowers his shoulder, and bowls over a defender. Defender went low, and Reardon made him pay for it. Rolls over the top of him. It's going to be just short, gain of 5. Going to bring up 3rd and inches. Low man wins in football. Quick play here. Reardon gets around the corner, inside the 10, and it'll be brought down. First down, Ghosts. Another gain of 5. Will it be 1st and goal or 1st and 10? It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 10.5-yard line. 7:38 and counting, 21-7 your score. The Ghosts with the lead over the Wildcats from Oshkosh West. Lone receivers, 1 each side. Double tight end to the left with Reardon now on the left hip of Carroll. Carroll changes the play at the line of scrimmage, likes what he sees. Snap, handoff, Reardon. Reardon puts his head down into the pile of the defense. And he'll get a short gain there of about 3, maybe 4. His 10th carry. It's been all him on this drive except for a few plays for Muhammad Job. Gustman and Weinberg check in. The tight ends will check out for Kaukauna. Geithner is getting all the attention from everybody on the sidelines. They all recognize that big pancake block for number 14. 2nd and 6, 6:44. Receivers in there for Kaukauna. 3 to the left in a bunch formation. Pearson Bauer lone to the right. Reardon right hip of Carroll. Now man in motion, that's Gustman. He'll go to the right side. Quarterback rolling, takes it himself. Carroll gets stacked up, and the Wildcats will bring him down inside to the 5-yard line. Gain of 2 for Carroll. They've been consistently going up the middle against the Wildcats here. Can they find pay dirt that way before the quarter ends? Kaukauna will return the second half kickoff. Slot to the left is Schwalbach and Bauer. Tight ends back in there for Kaukauna. Handoff. Reardon makes a man miss and walks in. Touchdown, Galloping Ghosts. A 5-yard touchdown score for Aiden Reardon. That's his 2nd of the game on his 11th carry, and the score goes 27-7. Ghosts up on the Wildcats. Offensive line for Kaukauna dominating on that drive. And the Ghosts, they have done something different here. Fast paced, but it's been very similar play calls against the same defense. Cavi Weinberg for the point after. Pressure coming, kick up. It is good. The score 28-7. Kaukauna with a dominating lead here in this one on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Back here in Kaukauna, the ground and pound attack for the Galloping Ghosts has been dominant in this one. They lead 28-7 over the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Joey Ware is back on the field for Oshkosh West. That is good to see. The senior has been a big part of that Oshkosh West offense. Cavi Weinberg to kick the 5-yard touchdown score for Aiden Reardon, his second of the game. He's having himself a good stat line. Not kicking is Cavi Weinberg. On to kick is number 18, Ryan Mayer. Seen this last week at Fondy. Little pooch kick. This could be bad, but fair catch. Great play by number 31, Billy Berg, to fair catch that one, and Oshkosh West has a chance here to answer back. Great starting field position for the Wildcats. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. First and 10 Wildcats. Abbott's handoff up the middle. Martin finds a seam, cuts upfield. This is a good run by Martin. He's going to be just short of the 50-yard line down to the 49. It's going to be a gain of 7. Best carry of the night so far for Wyatt Martin. So 2 things on that kickoff, though, if you're Kaukauna. Tough because what I think they were looking for was a chance to get the ball again. Just couldn't get it over the head of Billy Berg. And you end up giving great field position after the fair catch. Great play by Berg. Quarterback pulled it on this one was Abbott's. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe get a gain of 1. Talking about how that zone read is hard. Great outside contained by number 21 for the Galloping Ghosts, Lathan Hurst. 3rd down from the 50. Oshkosh West looking to get back into Galloping Ghost territory. 4:44 and counting here in the second quarter. 3rd and 3. Handoff, no, pass, quick pass on the near side. He's got his man breaking a tackle and getting out of bounds. Luke Tetzloff throwing him out of bounds. And catching it is number 3, Adam Wiebel. First down into Kaukauna territory. Gain of 12 through the air. Inside the 40 at the 38. Double tight end flex off the left side. Handoff up the middle. Martin diving in to try to make the tackle was a corner for Kaukauna. But diving forward was Martin, and he'll get a close to a 5. Give him a 4-yard gain. Second and 6. 4:15 and counting here. Need a big stand. You cannot let momentum switch sides here. Up 28-7, but Oshkosh West has shown much improvement over this entire season. Abbott's double clapping, hands off to Martin. Martin into that teeth of that defense, and he'll fall forward. The importance there is falling forward every time. Gets a gain of 3. If you fall forward, you're going to get that every time. A few extra inches always helps. Coach Joseph Ray was talking to me pregame. He is new newer to the program. They've been trying to get people, players to buy in. That was a common phrase for him. Buy in, buy in, buy in. And they didn't have that. Handoff there for Martin. That's a good carry up the middle through that defensive front. Gain of 10 for Martin, his best carry so far on his 9th carry. But he talked about buying in, and he said a lot of players didn't buy in, and that's why you see such a young team. Some players, if you don't buy in, you don't get to play, and that's a very common thing for most football programs across the state. And what you want to do is keep getting better. Martin stumbles in the backfield, flag flies, but he'll fall forward close to the first down yardage. Gain of 9 if the play stands. But wanted the team to buy in and show that they are dedicated to the team. And there hasn't been quit. You've seen that in games like last week against Neenah where they were leading through 3 quarters. It is a holding on the offense. So the gain of 9 will be negated. It'll be a redo of first down. But they played Appleton North, a very tough team, one of the top teams in the Fox Valley. They played them very tough. The score in the end may not look that way, but there was a very tough contested game. And they played Preble, who at the time was one of the top teams in the state. They played them 10-7 right up to the final in that one. And that was a game they should have won, but they had turnovers. And turnovers and penalties hurt teams, and that's what you're seeing right now, 1st and 20. Been moving the ball on the ground now. Might have to change it up here. Slot to the left. Ware flexed off the right side in a pistol. Snap. Faking to him, throwing to Ware. Ware will catch it. This is a forward pass this time. Breaks a tackle and goes out of bounds. Little late, but no call. And Ware is just not happy with that no call. He's kind of snapped at that far side official. It'll be a gain of 2. That's Ware's first catch of the game. Cannot lose your composure and hurt your team more. 2nd and long. Abbott's rolling, throwing near side. It's got his man. Cutting upfield inside the 20 and chopped down. But he'll be close to the original line of scrimmage is number 4, Micah Finley. Gain of 10. He's actually going to get inside the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Potential for 4-down territory here for the West Wildcats as they're trailing 28-7. Ware will check out. Another receiver will check in. That's number 11, Owen Heim. He is the leading receiver for the Wildcats. 3 timeouts for each team. This is taking a long time to develop. You might see it here if you're Oshkosh West. Seeing the coach creep towards the side. Official. And will not take it. Here goes the play. Abbott's deep drop. Time initially throws end zone, intercepted by Kaukauna, and kneeling it. And I think that's the right call because he caught it with momentum going into the end zone. That should be a touchback. Intercepted by number 3, Dylan Lotzer. Now wait a second here. Near side official says he caught it at the 1, but momentum had him going back towards the end zone, so it should be a touchback. This could be big here. We'll see what the call is. Coach Matt Binsfield's halfway out on the field. He wants an explanation. They might mark it at the 1. And they will. Marking it at the 1, that's where progression started. I don't think that's right. That's not right. So if that's the case, they're saying momentum stopped at the 1. If that's the case, it should actually be a safety because he went back into the end zone and knelt. So this is the lesser of 2 evils if you're Kaukauna because it could be a safety otherwise. Ball will be at the 1. Muhammad Job in the gun with Ryan Carroll. Got to get positive yardage here. Muhammad Job will give some breathing room out to the 5. Gain of 4. So normally when you see that, they give momentum into the end zone. That should be a touchback. I think you see that at most levels, unless there's a rule that I'm not aware of. But they said momentum stopped at the 1. and then he went into the end zone and knelt, which should be a safety. Did not call it that way, and Muhammad Job has his second carry of the drive. Breaks the tackle up the left side and gets to the 10. He'll be about a yard short of the first down. 3rd and 1. Like we said, 3 timeouts each side. If you're Kaukauna, if you can get a big play here, you could set up a scoring chance. But you will get the ball to start the third quarter. So not necessarily a pressing issue. You do not want to give Oshkosh a chance here deep in your own territory. Muhammad Job gets the first down, bounces off a tackle. He's across the 20 down to the 25-yard line. 15, and now you see Kaukauna take a timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna High School football on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Back here in Kaukauna. So Kaukauna will use their first timeout. Got a chunk play, 15 yards there out on the ground with Muhammad Job. We were saying before that not necessarily looking to use your timeouts. You're not going to be against taking this to halftime. Unless you get a big chunk play, then you can look to get a chance to score. They got a chunk play, setting them up now. 1st and 10 from their 25, 2 timeouts, 33 seconds. A lot of field, but you have a kicker that can boot the ball. Slot to the right is Schwalbach and Bauer. Double tight end. Carroll rolls right, sets his feet, throws a beautiful pass to Aiden Reardon, who is chirped up at the 39. 1st and 10 Ghosts. And timeout. Kaukauna will stay here. You need a break? We'll stay here. We'll stay here. Just sent you on one. You guys can sit and listen to us for a little bit. A gain of 18 on the reception. Aiden Reardon. His first reception of the game. 8th pass attempt of the night for Mr. Ryan Carroll, who is now over 1,000 yards for the season, the sophomore quarterback for the Galpin Ghosts. 1 timeout now, 27 seconds. Clock stops on out of bounds. Clock stops on a first down play. We'll see what the Ghosts have drawn up here. That was a traditional run formation, the double tight end with 2 receivers. That time they threw out of that. Muhammad Job checks in at running back now. We have Gustman and Weinberg to the left, Bauer and Schwalbach also, with Schwalbach going to the left, Bauer by himself on the near side. 1st and 10 from the 39. Busy halftime, too. We'll have junior dance team with the varsity dance team. Snap, Carroll, pressure coming, picked up by Muhammad Job. Carroll's got to set his feet. He has time. Throws, far side, has his man. That's Gustman out of bounds. And that's a first down, Kaukauna. Great composure by the quarterback. Finding Gustman. $15 and a first down. Clock stops. That is great composure. Felt the pressure, both ends for the Oshkosh West Wildcats got upfield. You can see Carroll got those happy feet, but great block by Muhammad Job to pick up the pressure. And he settled in and was able to find his receiver downfield. 3 coming at him, rolling out is Gustman. Look deep, pumps, now he's going to roll, throw late, has his man, Schwalbach. Schwalbach breaking tackles inside the 20, inside to the 10, 5, diving in, touchdown Kaukauna! Big time play to Schwalbach. "38 yards. That happened fast. Schwalbach, big number 88, 6'2", 165. Tyler Schwalbach caught that and was very fleet of foot, breaking tackles and getting in. Cavi Weinberg for the point after. We have 35-7 with 6 seconds left. We'll step aside for a short break and then be back for the kickoff. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 35-7 with 6 seconds left here in the first half. The Galloping Ghosts have set themselves up very well. They will return the second half kickoff, and they have a 35-27 lead in what has been a dominating first half. Started out hot for the Galloping Ghosts, cooled off extremely fast for the Galloping Ghosts, but then with a kick return from Will Clark, a block punt, and the offense just doing what the offense has been doing a lot late in the this two-thirds of the way through the season. They have found their groove. Kicking is Ryan Mayer. Do not see Joey Ware back there to return this. He's been dealing with an injury, the big tight end and returner for the Wildcats. See if this is the last play. A little squibber. And rolling and falling on it. Still loose. Kaukauna wanted it one more time. 1 second will roll off the clock. We'll have one more kick. That one's better for Mayer. He wanted the onside pooch punt the last time. That was a slow roller, and you hope your speed guys can get down there, and you hope the returner cannot fall on it. Almost happened there. So we see one last play here. It looks like a victory knee position to send it into half. What a first half if you're the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. 35-7, they have the lead. And that will be your halftime score. We're going to step aside and we'll have some Hard Knocks St. Mary. Or do we have Cadott this week? St. Mary. We have St. Mary Hard Knock. You can watch that while we head into halftime. 35-7, the Ghosts with a big lead over the Wildcats.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
Every day of St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs football starts in this room. With signage on every wall embodying the values of the team and school alike, this is where the Zephyrs meet before every practice. And coming off the heels of a 47-14 loss out in Amherst, it's where they're game planning to make sure that this week things are different.
Could be vulnerable to an onside kick.
Hey, this week, right, their offensive identity is going to be in that kind of shotgun base. They're looking to try and stretch us. I didn't see a lot of dive. There was a couple lead dives the quarterback came to there. So looking to get to the outside. And then they're going to look to be deceptive with their guard pulls. They're going to pull you, and then they're going to influence, pull you the other way. But about 95% of the time, that running back's leading the way.
We are going to establish who we are offensively in our run game this week. If that means we have to run the ball in 3rd and 12 because we got off schedule early, that's just what I'm going to do. Just so we're all clear on that. We are going to run the ball, and we're going to figure out who we are.
The next day, after spending 8 hours in their other classrooms, it's time for the Zephyrs to start physically preparing for Manawa.
There we go, Brady. Watch, young guys, right here, right? Inside or outside? If we're going inside here, I'm coming through here. Get in through it. Go on, all right? This is nice. Get your fingers in the grass. Keep going. Chop them. There you go. Lower. Yellow. Come on, Oliver. Coach, don't like they get skinny. I want you to go through it. There it is. Come on, Max. Fighting through here, you gotta keep chopping, then accelerate. That dip step is here, right? It's like a clean. You wanna come down, get up to here. Accelerate through. Does that make sense? So attack the hip. Ready? Go!
Tuesday practices are known to the Zephyrs as Tackle Tuesdays and usually focus on defense. But today, Coach Detterman wants to practice something a little more light, called Thud.
Tuesday! We'll get there. This session is an extra session, all right?
Thud is going to take a little getting used to.
Well, that's so fun. Thud is hard, guys. Just don't take him to the ground. Hit him hard enough where he goes to the ground. Nice screen. Back. Jacob, this is my favorite thing I've ever seen. That was awesome. Go! Wrap up! How much did we practice there? It's 5! That's fun. Wrap. You just said thud. That is almost 5. It's this close. Wrap him up. Just don't go all the way to the ground. Pick him up and drive him. Gary actually. I don't know. Like, oh my God. Nice screen.
After getting some reps in on the defensive side of the ball, it's time for the offense to get a crack at it and time for Coach Keller to fine-tune that offensive identity.
We're trying to install like a real power run game. When I talk about staying on schedule is down and distance, right? So we want to be in 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, that type of time frame. We want to eliminate the negative plays. We don't want to be in that 2nd and 13, 2nd and 15.
A fun little thing that I noticed at halftime at the Amherst game. It wasn't a great game, but
right, for sure.
The 3 Fs.
Yeah.
The fast, fearless,
and for each other.
Is that something that came from your mind, or is that something from an old coach?
Yeah, it's an old coach I got that from. Yeah.
Awesome.
The 3 Fs of football: fast, fearless, and for each other. It's the only way you can play. The real focus this week is to find our identity. And when I say our identity, that's what are we gonna do to stay on schedule, right? Because if you get off schedule, bad things happen, like happened last week against Amherst. So we gotta get back to what we do: run the football, stay on schedule, and control the clock.
That was Coach Keller's emphasis all week long, and on Friday, they'll get a chance to test it out. Next up, Manawa. Time for the home opener at St. Mary Catholic High School. If you don't like the community spirit and hot dogs and burgers sizzling on the grill, then the Friday night lights might not be for you. The Zephyrs, their coaches, and the community around them, though, they're ready to go. After getting some warm-ups in, the Zephyrs head somewhere more private to have a word with their mental performance coach, Coach Pete.
The movement of air and vibrations moving through you. I want you to start taking a deep breath in through your nose for 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Resilience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And release. Maybe moving the finger of toe to connect with your body in this moment. Feeling those eternal shifts and taking your time with every breath. Coming back to the present moment a little bit more and a little bit more. Whenever you're ready, taking a final deep breath and opening your eyes. All right, gentlemen, today's goal, no matter when you take the field, win the first 30 seconds. If it's kickoff, win the first 30 seconds. If If it's your first time on the field, win the first 30 seconds. Last week, we talked to the conductors, it was about the first play last week, right? So this week, it's winning the first 30 seconds. Ready?
Feeling mentally attuned, the Zephyrs take their home field in front of a crowd for the first time in 2025. On their first play from scrimmage of the night, the Zephyrs are hitting that running game early. This is senior running back Elliot Reichenbacher taking it for a first down right out of the gates. A few plays later on a 3rd and long, trying to get the passing game going, Maddox Dwyer looking downfield for Mason Wagner, but lucky to be not intercepted there. 4th down, punting unit comes out. This one's booted away by Max Vosters, but Manawa muffs the punt. Who's on top of it? Referees rule Manawa recovery. First possession of the night for Manawa. Here's a rushing attempt, but this goes nowhere. Getting through that offensive line like butter is Max Vosters and Dominic Todd, among others. Here's a tricky play for Manawa quarterback Carson Stroud, handing off to running back Theron Shelke, hands off again to Jack Jekyll, and this is marked just shy of a first down on 3rd and long. 4th and short, Shelke gets the ball right up the gut, first down for Manawa. Low snap here turns into a fumbled handoff by Manawa, and yet again they are able to fall on it and save themselves from a turnover. But just 2 plays later, George Voss leaves no doubt plucking this one out of thin air for the first takeaway on defense for the Zephyrs this season. Second possession of the night for the Zephyrs. Elliot Reichenbacher back to work, bowling guys over, pushing the pile all the way for a 15-yard gain. Just a few plays later, Reichenbacher gets it again. He's able to get it for a first down, but it's called back by penalty. Then, on 4th and about 7 yards, Maddox Dwyer is going to find Luke Fairweather, who gets loose down the right sideline and gets it all the way down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Zephyrs. Where else to go but the ground game for the Zephyrs? Reichenbacher down to the 1-yard line. A couple short penalties and the end of the first quarter would delay it a little bit, but Reichenbacher able to punch it in for the first touchdown of the game here. Zephyrs tack on the extra point and they are up 7-0. This kickoff by Carlos Veroff is going to be fielded by Manawa return man Jacob Kravitz, who takes it for a very, very nice return here, making an absolutely nasty cutback. Unfortunately, both the Zephyrs' Brendan Hillsbeck and Jacob Kravitz were injured on the play, wishing both of those guys a speedy recovery. Meanwhile, Manawa would drive it right down the field, and this is Theron Shelke taking it to the 25-yard line on a nice carry. Then Carson Stroud, rolling right, lays this one up for Porter Gerke, who's able to hold on through the contact from Mason Wagner. First goal-to-go situation for Manawa. This pass is swatted down by Alexander Klinkhammer, and the coaches want to talk it over after.
You got to get low on him right now. Down here inside 5 or in. Down here. Put your hands on, get on. Hey, brother. Got to move. Got it? Records. It's our job. It's our mission statement. Hey, let's go, James. Go, James. 1, 2, 3, work. Let's go, let's go.
3rd and goal, Klinkhammer being disruptive again, bringing down Wyatt Draft in the backfield for a loss of a couple. On 4th and goal, Carson Stroud going to the air, but there's pass interference on the Zephyrs defense. Now in high school, this is not an automatic first down. It's just a half distance to the goal and replay 4th down, so they do it again, and this time no flags, turnover on downs. Up by 7 midway through the second quarter. Now here's Tarver Trinkner, nearly juking me out of my shoes, takes this one for a first down. A couple plays later on 2nd down, how about some reps at tailback for George Voss? Picks up a first down, and that running game for the Zephyrs is looking real good. But on 3rd and 13, it's snapped over the head of Maddox Dwyer, who's forced to just fall on it and take the sack. Could have been a lot worse. Now, how about some love for special teams? Max Foster's with an absolute boot here from his own end zone. This is going to roll all the way down to the opposite 30-yard line. Manawa on offense. Stroud is going to find Odin Strossenruther, who is going to somehow make the catch through good coverage by Dominic Osgood.
We cannot jump. We got to hold our water if they come out here and do a hard count, right? We're probably going to do their rugby punt, but we're going to play safe here, okay? So we're in defense until that ball's away.
Watch the ball.
I don't care if the ball is, okay? Right now we got to get the stop, okay? So just play defense.
Over. Okay, make sure we're in a 4-point, eyes on ball, right? Mason, just get deep.
Back to the passing attack for Manoa. Carter Barrington falls down, and this one goes right into the waiting arms of Elliot Reichenbacher, who now has a touchdown and a takeaway. Time running short in the first half. This play would not count because of a holding penalty, but Dwyer finding Mason Wagner on a strike that's just too good to leave out. 4th down, 10 seconds left in the half. How about a hook and ladder? Alexander Klinkhammer taking the pitch from Tarver Trinkner, pushed out of bounds at the 44. But Dwyer's Hail Mary attempt would sail over the head of Tarver Trinkner, and the Zephyrs are going to take a 7-0 lead into halftime. At halftime, Coach Pete, followed by the others, would focus on little mistakes.
What's our reset word? Work with each other on that. When things aren't going our way, when somebody makes a mistake, look at them. Resilience. Okay?
First things first. We're absolutely killing ourselves, right? That's why I sent Pete in first. We just need to take a deep breath, right? We need to get things together. It's been penalties all night. It's little things. We were so clean last week. We just got to sharpen up.
You're wide and tight. And the halfback's on the other side. What should we do? Dog, right? Why would we dog this? Yeah, because we can get the two who's killing us on this crossing route, or he tried to get up on a seam. We were lucky we got a couple picks on that. But then we're free over here, right? So our outside linebacker can shoot through and fill in and provide some pressure. Does that make sense?
Time to see if the Zephyrs can hold on to this lead and close the game out. On their first possession of the second half, how about another highlight play for Tarver Trinkner, shaking and baking his way to another first down. Then, how about the wheels on quarterback Maddox Dwyer, sprinting left side before he's pushed out of bounds. Good pickup here.
And back here, that was Hard Knocks St. Mary. One of the many things. You get coach on the couch like you had with Coach Matt Bensfield. You get Hard Knocks we do with Cadott. Augusta, I think, was another school, I believe. And we do St. Mary here in the Fox Valley area. Just one of the many things we do at Zaleski Sports that for your entertainment to get the high school sports out there, as if we can we get that on the screen? It's whiteout themed here tonight, it's just out of frame, but it's whiteout, and every janitor's nightmare is about to happen here. They're going to throw flour, baking powder, or white powder. We should probably be more specific, but a school-safe white powder into the air here for whiteout, taking advantage of the whiteout theme. It's whiteout all over. You can go to Penn State and Oregon this week. It's going to be whiteout. That'll be a great game. That's tomorrow. Tonight we got to finish up on our high school sports. What a first half. Lots happened. Block punt, kick return for a touchdown, dominating offense, a very dominating defense, a performance, and it's been all Kaukauna. And this is a game you need to get. And you would like to get in the way that you're getting it. Not saying it's a must-win, but it's a big one as you're trying to set yourself up for playoff contention. If you can get this one, the next 2 weeks against Appleton North and Kimberly are going to be extremely tough. Two of the top teams. We've seen the other top team, Neenah, earlier this year. Neenah is a class of its own, too. But Kimberly is Kimberly. Kaukauna fans know all about Kimberly. And Appleton North has had a great season this year. Appleton North is actually playing Neenah, and I'm not good at finding scores during the game. It looks like my producer is doing awesome work. That's how you know he's a good producer, folks. He hears the play-by-play guy asking for help, and he finds it. But Kimberly is at Hortonville. Neenah is hosting Appleton North, and Fond du Lac is getting hosted by Appleton East. That was the other Fox Valley Association. But you look at this Fox Valley Association from top to bottom, and what do we got here? Appleton North is leading Neenah, and according to this rankings, this Max Prep has Neenah as the number 7 team in the state, which is, I would say, a very good rank for them, and Appleton North is the 21 ranked team in the state. Interchangeable. If you haven't been keeping up with high school sports, rankings really don't matter. We've seen number 1, and yeah, Kimberly is all over Hortonville. That It's not as surprising. They're leading that one by a few scores, but rankings this year have mean nothing in the WIAA. Division I is a prime example, and there goes the flower. So hopefully that stays down that way. For white out here, feel bad for the parents sitting right next to the student section, but it's high school. It's what it's all about, is getting the students into things. But rankings have meant nothing, especially in Division I football and at any level. Really, rankings don't mean anything. You see it on every level. If you follow, that's another thing we do at Zaleski Sports, is we have our own ranking system, and it changes every week. And I actually enjoy looking at them, and we summarize the top 10 scores from each division, ranked or top 10 teams in each division, and it's never a guarantee that a ranked team wins. That shows the state of high school football in the state of Wisconsin, on that anybody can win at any time against any opponent. And that's kind of a cool thing. But like you said, if you're Kaukauna, you need this one, because then that game against Kimberly and Appleton North has a little less stress, because you're not guaranteed a playoff spot, but you're on that cusp. And then when you play Appleton East at the end of the season, that can be for the playoffs. If you win that one, then you're in. If you get the win tonight, you still have to close out tonight. Oshkosh West is held tough. You heard Coach Binsfield said in that pregame interview on Coach on the Couch, they are probably the toughest winless team in the state. They have played Preble, they have played Oshkosh North, they played Kimberly, they played Appleton North, they played Neenah. They've went through the teeth of the conference, plus Oshkosh North and Preble, who were two very good teams at the beginning of the season. Anything can happen, but it's a 35-7 lead for the Galloping Ghosts. It's been dominated by the Galloping Ghosts, and they will get the ball to start here the second half, as watching students leave just covered in flour. That is crazy. Glad I never had to do that when I was in high school. Reed to kick, back deep to return. Cavi Weinberg, Will Clark, and I believe that's number 21, Lathan Hurst. They do not want to kick it to Clark, so they'll kick it to Cavi Weinberg, who will let it go into the end zone for a touchback. First possession of the second half will come to the Galloping Ghosts, and they've been dominant. 54 yards on 5 carries with 2 touchdowns was Aiden Reardon's number. 8 carries for 64 and 1 touchdown is Muhammad Job on the ground. 7 of 10 passing for 147 and a touchdown was Ryan Carroll, and through the air, leading receiver was Tyler Schwalbach. 2 receptions for 55 yards. Cavi Weinberg, 1 for 45. Gustman had a 15-yard reception. Reardon had an 18-yard reception, and Pearson Bauer had 2 receptions for 14 yards. First and 10, Galloping Ghost. Muhammad Job, the running back, and he'll get the first carry of the second half. Up the middle, that's where they've been going, and it's a gain of 5 for Job. The interior of that offensive line has been dominant for Kaukauna. Second and 5. Double tight end. Fake the handoff to Job. Carroll throws wide open, middle of the field. There goes Kaukauna into Oshkosh West territory, and it's going to be 10-5. Touchdown, Kaukauna. 75 yards to number 14, Bennett Geithner. And the Ghosts, right off the bat, go for 6. Back-to-back passes for Ryan Carroll that go for touchdowns. Geithner with his first reception on a fake handoff, tight end dump pass, one of my favorite plays. Goes for 75 yards untouched, and he pulled away from the defense. A dagger of sorts into the heart of Oshkosh West. The point after by Cavi Weinberg is good, and just like that, it's 42-7. Ghosts ahead of the Oshkosh West Wildcats here on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 42-7. That is the 35-point magic number. Running clock here in Kaukauna. The Galloping Ghosts gallop ahead in this one, leading the Wildcats 42-7. Mayer to kick. Really was not expecting that, but that is a dagger of sorts. Great offensive play call. He kind of grounding and pounding it the entire late in the drive, and Mayer's kick is a deep one this time. Ware let it bounce, and this one's going to roll inside the 5. He touches it at the 4, and he's going to have to return it. Good kick coverage by Will Clark. Ball's loose. They're going to say he's down. Will Clark makes another special teams gem of a play, and Oshkosh West will be deep in their own territory with running clock. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models, and now is the right time to get ready for winter with Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook for more information. I do not keep up with the running clock rules, but I do think if they can get it below 35, the clock will stop here in the third quarter. I am not sure on that. Snap, handoff. This will be up the middle with Martin. He had a decent gain up the middle. Martin had 34 yards on 9 carries in the first half. He'll get 4 on that one. Also 29 yards on 9 carries for Drew Abbott's and 37 yards on 3 backwards passes to running back, tight end Joey Ware. New formation, quarterback keeping it on the option. Rolling out to the right is Abbott's, trying to find a seam, and Will finds it and cuts upfield for the first down, gain of 7. Through the air, Abbott's was 2 of 8 for 42 yards and an interception. And there's an injured Kaukauna Galloping Ghost, so we'll step aside.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hi friends, are you a retiree like myself and have some spare time and wanting to meet new people? I drive school bus for Cobison Buses. I enjoy seeing many smiling faces, and I still have for the activities I enjoy. Cobison Buses offers a flexible schedule, and it's a well-paid part-time job. It's the perfect balance of work and play. Come join me make a difference in your community. Visit Cobison.com for more information and to find a Cobison terminal near you.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Back here in Kaukauna, the injured galloping ghost was Weston Hamilton. He was helped off the field. 1st and 10, ball tipped in the air and incomplete. First down was on that last play, a run play. Quick to the air was Drew Abbott's. Ball tipped. And they've been trying to get that ball out of his hand quick. A sophomore quarterback, but he's been getting pounded on a couple late blitzes. You probably will not see that as much now here with a 35-point lead. 42-7 is your score. Running clock here at 9:07. Loaded pistol snap, handoff up the middle to Martin. Martin cuts up field across the 25 and just short of the 30. But about a yard short of the first down, gain of 9 for Martin. This is going to show the true grit of this young Oshkosh West team. As we're talking, Coach Ray in the pregame, he's wanting his team to buy into what their true values are. And how you finish a game like this is going to be key. Handoff up the middle to Martin. That's going to be first down. Clock will continue to run, gain of 7. But you cannot give up. You want to keep going, and that's what will go a long way in the long run of any program, really. The buy-in from your team. No quit. Stack slot, one to each side, pistol formation. Handoff fake. It's going to be kept by Abbott's. He's trying to get to the edge, but great outside contain. Oh, and that's going to be no, that's not. Yeah, it is. Initial reaction, that's going to be a late hit. And Coach Matt Binsfield does not like it. I tend to agree as Abbott's gets up very gimpy. It was a gain of 3. So personal foul, so 15 yards will be added on. And I would agree with that one. That was borderline, post-borderline. That was past the borderline and just over out of bounds, and that was a late hit out of bounds. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine shop that supplies critical machine components from a range of customers from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills right here in Wisconsin. Contact us today at 920-766-9455. Handoff up the middle to Martin. Ground and pound from Oshkosh West will get him a gain of 4. 13th carry for the sophomore. So how can this young team build around what they have going on right now? And how you answer a game like this is key. First, 2nd and 7. Ball inside the Galloping Ghost territory after the penalty. Fake the handoff, bubble pass to the near side. Gets a block, cuts up field, down at the 40. That's number 4, Micah Finley. Gain of 4. 3rd down. Ball at the 40. Slot to the right. Pistol with Joey Ware flexed off the left side. Tight end also on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Rolling right is Abbott's. Got a wide open Finley. Cuts up field. Goes up the sideline and out of bounds. At the 35, that one goes. Gain of 15. And Oshkosh West finding some momentum here. They're getting rolling. Can Kaukauna bow up in their own end? Fake the handoff, going far side. He's got, once again, Micah Finley on Will Clark. Tripped up at the yards to gain. Will they give him the first down? They will. 1st and 10. Quick passes. Kaukauna's playing prevent defense, not letting anything deep. 3 straight catches for Finley. 1st and 10 from the 15. Oshkosh West looking for pay dirt. Looking for an answer. Abbott's handoff up the middle with Martin. Wrapped up and brought down, held up, and that's, that's going to get messy. Tackle made by number 11, Wyatt Romanesco, Wasn't a problem with that, but it was a very late shove-off, and that's where you're going to get a problem. And then the normal situation there is they always get the second man. And an offensive lineman for Oshkosh West came in there and gave a huge push to Romanesco. Nothing came out of it, no penalties. Loss of 2 on the play for Martin. Got to keep your head. Rolling. Abbott's throwing, end zone, diving, dropped. Had it in the end zone was number 11, Owen Heim. And he could not hold on through the ground. Incomplete pass, clock continues to run with running clock. Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers first-class workplace to ensure the best quality and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427. See Advantage Machine on Facebook for more information from our great sponsors here on Zaleski Sports. 3 receivers left. Joey Ware in motion. That's the tight end. He's in the flat. Abbott's looking, end zone throwing behind his intended target and incomplete. There was number 2, Jack Beyer, in coverage. That ball was very underthrown. It was incomplete. 4 down territory for the Wildcats. Clock continuing to run inside 3:30. Play call getting called in from the sideline. Only see one assistant coach giving out the hand signals, which kind of slows things down. 3 receivers left. Ware in motion again. He's in the flat. Pressure coming from Kaukauna. Throwing. Flag on it. It's going to be a hold. High pointing it. Intercepting it is Kaukauna. Touchback, Will Clark. Big time high point, and this one is going to be an interception on Kaukauna. It's going to be a hold on Oshkosh West, and that will be declined. The second interception for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghost offense. It'll be a touchback, and the offense will come back on, leading 42-7. The clock stops on change of possessions and scores. I do know that, and penalties, I believe. But no. I was going to say, penalties, I believe, but I'm not certain. So change of possession and scores, clock will stop. Each year, more than 6,000 students get their head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These college-level classes that high school students take for free save on average of more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical to learn more. Carroll in the offense still out there. Muhammad Job will get it on a counter, and he's got speed. He's across the 40 to the 50, breaking tackles into Oshkosh West territory and out of bounds at the 45. 35 yards for Mr. Muhammad Job. Making it hard. A late flag here. Did not see that. Was doing my stats. An official is pointing towards Kaukauna. So it was after the play on sportsmanlike conduct on Kaukauna. That plays key because it's after the play. The sticks should be stayed set, I believe. And they're moving them all back. Everything I know is sometimes a lie, and I just lie to myself. I'm very good at doing that, folks. Ball gets marked off to the 40-yard line of Kaukauna. 1st and 10 there. Clock is still running at the minute 48. Slot left, slot right. Muhammad Job in the gun on the left side. The stats, though, stay the same for Muhammad Job. It's still a 35-yard carry. This time, he will get 2. So he had 64, so he's over 100. Muhammad Job has 100 yards on this one. As we're seeing some changes here. The second-level offensive line coming in. The clock will be inside the minute 10 at the snap of the ball. Muhammad Job, Carroll, Schwalbach, Gussman, Weinberg, and Bauer still in at receivers. Skill player still the same, second offensive line. Muhammad Job, keeper off the right side, gets tripped up by Ryan Carroll. He'll fall forward for a gain of 4. 13th carry for Muhammad Job. Coach Matt Benfield go over to Ryan Carroll, points to the back judge and say, hey, watch him. He indicates when the play clock is about to run out. Do not snap the ball before the play clock runs out. He wants to take full advantage of the clock here. They will have to run one more play before the end of the third quarter, and we head to the fourth quarter. Slot right, slot left. They're inverted. Muhammad Job on the right hip of Carroll. Carroll clapping. Snap to him, handoff to Muhammad Job. And he slips in the backfield, and we'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe we'll even lose a yard on the last play of the third quarter. The score, 42-7. The Ghosts with a dominating lead here over the Wildcats of Oshkosh North. We'll step aside. Fourth quarter action. Moments away on Zaleski Sports.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hungry. Friday nights with hometown pride, Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold, it's never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice, coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hungry. Hometown hype, we lift it higher. Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
Tradition here at Kaukauna, Sweet Caroline, being played in between third and fourth quarter. And we'll hear how good the crowd does. Pretty decent. I don't know if we could hear that on our end, but it sounded pretty good on my end. Punting is Kaukauna here. Running clock, start of the fourth quarter. Pressure up the middle, it's blocked. Here's a chance. Oshkosh North can scoop it at the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Oshkosh West. They are bought in. Not quitting on the play is Oshkosh West. They get a good chance at a score on a blocked punt, and there was no Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts in the area. Touchdown, Wildcats. And if you're Coach Ray, Joseph Ray, that is exactly what you want from your team. You're down on a running clock, but do not quit on me because I will not quit on you. And their team is doing that right now, getting that score on a blocked punt and making this a 42-13 game with the point after being tried by Reed. Elliott Reed to kick. Kick on its way is beautifully through the uprights and good from a long ways away. The score 42-14. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost football on Zaleski Sports.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
We are back here in Kaukauna, and a change of, how would we describe this? A momentum flipper of sorts. A blocked punt scooped and scored for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. They are not giving up on their team. Still trailing 42-14, but that is what you want to see. A blocked punt, and the team bought in, and they were going to score. And it's the little victories that end up adding up in the long run. 11:52. The one kick return here for Kaukauna. And they are not, does not look like they're preparing for an onside kick, which it looks like they're lining up for an onside kick. And yeah, now Kaukauna's adjusting, and very surprised that they just didn't assume there'd be an onside kick. And Coach Matt Binsfield says, hey, let's talk this over. Timeout taken by Kaukauna. We'll stay here. Fun part about high-scoring games is you get a lot of breaks. We're caught up on commercials. That's a good feeling for the producer man over there, Jacob Link. He's got a little smile on his face. I love it. Timeout taken by Kaukauna, and that gives us a time to talk about my favorite read, the most difficult one I have, Travel Leaders Discovery. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacations, cruises, hotel only, air and hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations anywhere you want to go in any situation you want to do it in. Travel Leaders Discovery has you covered. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS and visit tltrips.com for more information. That leaves me with one more read. I'm not as lucky as my man Jacob Link over there with getting through all my stuff, but we're one away. We're all right. 11:52 onside kick attempt here for the Oshkosh West Wildcats. Good right into the hands of an up man for the Galloping Ghosts, who catches it easily. And there was not a second hop. It looked like Reed wanted that second hop, but catching it, I think that was Pearson Bauer. He has the ball. Not sure who caught that. I don't think it was Pearson. Pearson's a bigger guy than the guy who caught it. And Pearson shows off his arm, throws it across the field. That's very impressive. Got it all of 50 of that 53 yards across the field. And now on come the Galloping Ghost offense, which will probably look a little bit different here, as I believe we're seeing that second unit on the field. Gives us a chance to figure out new names for the Galloping Ghost. Personnel issue, and they're going to probably need another timeout here, or they're going to take the delay of game, and they take the delay of game. Little confusion between personnel and then just getting everybody on the field late. In at quarterback will be now number 20, Grant Van Eyck, listed as a freshman receiver, getting chance at quarterback here right now. And gotta love Oshkosh West's student section. They are not giving up on their team either. You can't do that chance to Kaukauna after the delay of game. They're buying in as well. Handoff going up the middle into the second level, getting past the original line of scrimmage and diving forward for a gain of 7 is number 31. Is it Freddie Ramirez or Hudson Wildenberg? Both juniors. One's listed as a kicker, one's listed as a safety. It's one of those two. I'm going to go with Ramirez. He's listed at 5'8". Hudson Wildenberg is 6'2". And he looked a little shorter than 6'2". Gain of 7 brings up a 2nd and 8. Handoff back to Ramirez, hit in the backfield and dropped. Good tackle there by number 44. Wrapping up is Eli Bancroft. Loss of 3 brings up a 3rd and 11. 9:16 and counting. Now we got a student section battle between Oshkosh West and Kaukauna. Staying invested, you love it. So much so you can feel the booth shaking with Kaukauna student section jumping up and down. Slot left, slot right. Throw into the far side is Van Eyck. Incomplete. 4th down. Fourth and 11. On to kick is Kaukauna. Timeout taken by Oshkosh West. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna High School football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Back here in Kaukauna, timeout taken by Oshkosh West to make sure everything's in line. As we're getting the student section chants are getting more and more aggressive. Let's try volleyball from Oshkosh West, and then the other school finds something we're better at, and it's back and forth. Going to go for it on fourth down. Rolling out is Van Eyck. He's going to go. Can he get the first down? He will not, and we'll have a stoppage here for change of possession. And now does the clock stop? They are not. Clock will continue to run here. They are still going at it, are these student sections. You got to love it. So stick around after the game. We'll have post-game show from our friends at Nasonville Dairy. Fresh cheese curds made daily, one of the best in the state. In at quarterback now is Xander Crook. Split-time quarterback with Drew Abbott's. Handoff will go to number 87, who's not listed on the roster. Let's see what. Oh, nope. Spike does not have the name either, but stick around after the game. We'll have an interview with Coach Matt Binsfield, and I think I'm going with two players of the game. It's hard. It's sometimes hard to find players of the game. You try not to do too many of the same. You could definitely give Ryan Carroll another offense or player of the game because he was dominant through the air. But there are other options I think I'm going to go with. Quarterback Crook will get hit out of bounds. Meet up with some of the Kaukauna offensive players on the sidelines who are getting talked to. Out of bounds, 6:28 and counting. Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner in strategic success. From brand development to social media marketing and promotional solutions, we streamline your marketing for maximum results. Learn more at BAERPM.com. To learn more, and that's my last read. Crook throwing it, intercepted, and this is going to go to the house. Intercepted to the 10, 5, touchdown, Kaukauna. Cole Smith, the senior, with another score, and the Ghosts pile on once more. Mr. Right place, right time. Cole Smith, the pressure on Crook. He had a receiver in the area. It was his running back, but he threw it fading away, and there was no chance that his receiver was going to get to it. That was all about Mr. Cole Smith being there, and nobody was in front of him. That was an easy pick six for the senior. Just like that, another player puts his hat in the ring for Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game. Mayer for the point after. Low snap. It's going to be on the ground. Oh, that's a great play by Oshkosh West, and they have a chance to add on to their total. It's going to go to the house. Kaukauna's not even worried about it. One Kaukauna player streaking down the field, and now, you can't do that. None of the officials seen that, but it doesn't matter, and that is really, really not okay, as the score will go on to Oshkosh West side, and that is not okay. We'll step aside.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. Offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Back here in Kaukauna, and I don't know what exactly happened there. If they blew the play dead, I didn't hear it. There was a blocked kick, which I think you can return for point at any level. It was returned by Oshkosh West. They took it to the house, and only one Kaukauna player was trying, which is amazing effort on his case, going downfield, and there was an illegal crackback block, which is one of the things that have been extremely stopped at every level. They don't even do that in the pros. And there was an official within 50 yards of it. And the kid is not okay. I hope for the best. He's definitely had his bell rung. But no official was within 50 yards, and that cannot happen. The officials gave up on the play, but the players did not. And they did not add it to score, so they must have blown the play dead. But still, that cannot happen. You have to make sure that all the players know that the play is dead. Injured galloping ghost is number 85, Hayden Anderson, and definitely had his bell rang, and we hope for the best. There's 5:54 left in this one. We got to flush it and move on, but not a good situation here in Kaukauna. Kaukauna leads 48-14. Onside Squibber hit at the 30. It's going to roll inside of the 15, and it'll be picked up by an Oshkosh West player there. He'll go upfield and get tackled at the 20. That is number 12, Cade Hyman. So they do not put the points on the board, which I didn't hear a whistle. And there was no continuous blowing the whistle. And I may be wrong that maybe you can at the high school level, but I'm fairly certain you can. Jacob's giving me a nod too. So either way, and you cannot fault the Oshkosh West player. That's something that's been ingrained on football players. I learned, now it's wrong, but I learned that I want to lay a big hit. It's not necessarily the right thing to do, but that's kind of just what happens. Handoff up the middle for Oshkosh West. So I'm not blaming him, but I do not like that the officials were not around that. And I know that's a battle that really has nothing on me, but a kid got hit extremely hard, and you don't like to see that on something that really does not matter. 2nd and 6 for Oshkosh West. In at quarterback still is Crook. He'll throw here over the middle, incomplete. Number 32 on coverage, that's Griffin Hupt. Almost had an interception himself. Nasonville Dairy postgame show will creep up on us fast with the running clock here with 4:25 and counting. Third and 6. Crook, deep drop, steps up in the pocket, now rolling, looking, time, throwing, near side, caught, and big hit out of bounds. Catching the ball is number 41, Alex Bolton. .355 and counting. Tackle made by number 18, McCoy Lanou. Slot left, lone receiver right. Handoff going up the middle. Brought down, that's number 18 on the carry, Tatum Newell. He'll get 6 on the carry. Student sections are doing what they do best. They're still going at each other. Now we got a flashlight battle. Cell phones are up and flashing lights. Pass over the middle from Crook is completed. There he's got a big tight end, Smith Logberg. He gets into Kaukauna territory, not giving up our Oshkosh West. You got to love that. That is great effort. Continuously not giving up. Pass incomplete. Distracted by a fan who found a phone. If you're watching, not on the phone that's missing, but there is a phone missing. If you've lost your phone, it will be at the press box. Incomplete pass, 2:30 and counting. Mass exodus. Kaukauna fans that aren't sticking around for after the game are heading to the exit, beating the traffic out of here. It was a busy day. They had a tailgate beforehand by the soccer field during the soccer game. Big block there, jump ball out of bounds, incomplete. Crook's throw, good throw away, nothing there. But during that tailgate, they honored, or I know he was out there, I know he has an honor a ceremony coming up on a Sunday in October, I believe, coming up. But Coach Shallow, that retired, the head basketball coach, one of the all-time greats in the state, he retired this year. He was at the tailgate. I missed it. So, Coach Shallow, if you're listening, it was an honor to meet you and an honor to watch your basketball teams the last couple of years. You are an amazing coach, and congratulations on a great career, and enjoy your retirement. Crook rolling out to the left. Great coverage downfield. Throws it away. Smart decision by your senior quarterback. And that's still a smart ball. Nothing was wide open as we're within a minute 22 and counting. So after the game, Coach Binsfield will be on the field, not on the couch, but on the field. We'll have an interview with him, and I'm going with 2 players. I'm going to go with Muhammad Job, who had 100-plus yards. Do you have 2 touchdowns or do you have 1? Just 1, but he had a big game. And we're going to go with Will Clark on defense and special teams. Crooks throwing it. Jump ball. Tight end almost had a one-handed catch, incomplete. 52 seconds of counting. We'll have one more play for a kneel down, or is this a punt? The down marker on the far side has not been keeping up. Now he switches it to first. It's 1st and 10. Looks like Kaukauna. So one last play, kneel it out, and we'll head down to the field for our post-game interview. Kaukauna victorious in this one, 48-14. I'm going to get a head start if I can. One last play here on the kneel down. Your final score, the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts 48, the Oshkosh West Wildcats 14. We'll step aside, post-game show, all moments away here on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer.
On the field here for
member.
the Nasonville Dairy
Plus,
postgame
you'll
show, a
have the
victory,
satisfaction
48-14. The Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts over the Wildcats of Oshkosh North, and a big-time Fox Valley Association victory. Coach, the big one on the whiteout. I know you guys aren't paying attention to there, but I'm
trying to stay away from that.
I walked through that. It's not easy to walk through that, but on the field, it wasn't. There's a potential for a trap game, and I heard you talking to Coach Jason during the Coach on the Couch interview. You're not overlooking Oshkosh West. You guys played them extremely well, and just overall a great team win.
Yeah, it was, and you're correct that we really tried to put the focus on this one and say, okay, you guys played well last week. Was that a fluke or are you for real kind of thing? And we put everything we had into this week of practice, and it looks like it, you know, and we're going to have to go do the same thing this week to have a chance. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get into the next couple weeks in the future. Obviously, you guys aren't thinking about that one game at a time, but let's dive into this one. Once again, I seem like I've talked to you a lot about this before. All fast foods seem to dominate. You block bunt. The special teams had that. Will Clark, I'm going to talk to him later, had a couple penalties, but he redeemed himself with a big kick return. It just seemed like every part was able to do something to help win this game.
Right, and that's the focus of our team, is trying to say, hey, we have to, you know, a D2 team and a D1 conference, we have to win in all the little things for it to add up. And so we put a lot of emphasis on special teams, and we put a lot of emphasis on details this week. And our kids really bought into it, responded, and the results were pretty good.
Absolutely. Now looking on next week, Appleton North, they were playing Neenah. They were winning against Neenah. Obviously, that doesn't matter to you guys. Going into next week, a team on top of the conference. What's the motivation going into it?
Well, this is it. Like I said to the guys after the game, like, okay, it's one thing to win 3 games now, but it's another thing to win a game against a team like Appleton North. So, you know, maybe we just had a good little run here, but like, this is the challenge to say, okay, have we really gotten better? Are we really up to their level? Because Appleton North pretty well sets the standard in the area for competitive football program. We have a ton of respect for them. So anytime we can line up with them and give them a good game, it reflects really well on us.
Absolutely, Coach. Congrats on the big one.
Thank
on
you.
to the next one. We got 2 player of the game. I was going to go with you, but you had yourself quite the game. When I talk about you and Aiden, you're more the lightning, he's more the roll people over. You have a different gear in you, and you showed it there. You had a big gain, a 35-plus yarder, 100-plus for the day. Just tell me what it's like running behind that offensive line.
I mean, our offensive line, you know, we've had bits of bumps and bruises, but, you know, I love my guys, and
they get me out there to do my job. They block for me, and I just run through the holes. So.
Absolutely. The complementary between you and Aiden. Aiden's been doing this for a while. You're a junior now. You're going to be doing it for a while. Just tell me what it's like having a backfield mate like Aiden.
I mean, Aiden's a guy I look up to. He tells me, like, if I don't know a play or, you know, he's just got my back and everything. So, yeah, he's been doing this for 3 years now. So, you know, I just look up to him, and yeah, he's my guy. So.
And getting that first touchdown, your first one, the fourth one on the game, or on the season, I should say, just behind that offense line, it's easy, it looked like. But you're able to make some plays where it's like you can open up the gap by 20, 10 yards easily. Just tell me, what do you do to get so fast?
I mean, I was always kind of like born with it. I mean, I just work hard in the off season, you know, getting my body right. So, yeah.
All right, offensive player of the game, Mohamed Job. And stick around, we'll have you be in the house. We'll bring in Will here. I got to ask, were you in the doghouse before the kick return?
I was. We had it drawn up during practice how I was going to come down. And what they did was, it took them way longer to do that than what we had drawn up at practice. So coach was pretty mad at me. But then the kick return came, and he couldn't be mad at me anymore.
Absolutely, and that kick return was a thing of beauty. I noticed when you were around the 40, it was there. You had speed, just like Muhammad has the speed, able to break away, great blocking, but just tell me what all goes on in a kick return for you on your end of things.
We can't do it with the guys up front. The guys up front are what get it done. We've all had good returns this year. Like, we're getting it to the 40 and 50 every time. But, like, the guys up front are really what get it done.
And we'll finish off. The defense has been dominant. You guys have been getting better on defense. Another interception for you. 2 on the day for the whole entire team. How's that team defense just been working out for you guys?
I feel like the chemistry's kicking in. Like, we really didn't have chemistry to start the season, but now we're all there and together, and we're all doing it well.
Perfect. I'm going to have you go get Muhammad quick. He's getting a picture, but we'll get you guys in the house. So once again, final here from Kaukauna, 48-14. It has been, next week we'll have Appleton North, hopefully, Kaukauna and Appleton North, and we'll get these boys in the house here. I don't know if one of you guys want to hold the mic, but you know how this works, right?
Yeah, you can hold it.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Mohamed Job, and I'm in the house.
I'm Will Clark, and I'm in the house.
Perfect, guys. Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
So we have our student up in the booth, Chase, who's doing some camera work in the second half for Jacob Link. This is Justin signing out after a big-time victory for Kaukauna.